Hello, so my name is Nicolette, as some of you might already know. I want to open this video by reading a tweet that I have just sent out on my Twitter profile. And I want you guys to say it with me. I'm going to say it once, then you guys are going to say it after me. Right. Income is not wealth. If you earn R1 million and you spend R1 million, you are not getting any wealthier, because basically what you are doing is you're taking all the money that you're earning and you are using it, depending obviously on how you use it. But wealth is not what you earn, it is what you accumulate. It is very important that you understand that income is not wealth. Wealth is not what you earn, but what you accumulate. And that's going to be very important for you if you are sitting right now and you're trying to figure out, how do I start my wealth creation journey? How do I start building some level of wealth or creating wealth so that when I do want to stop working, I have money or I have some sort of backup so that I do not have to go back and work. There is nothing that breaks my heart more than seeing an old woman who is like in her 60s, even sometimes mid-50s going into 60s, an old man who is in his 60s, 70s, still needing to work because they actually did not accumulate the right type of assets while they were working with the salary that they were getting. Now, here's another myth that people are always bringing up. And it's the idea that you have to have a lot of money for you to be able to make a lot of money. It is a lie. It is a fact. It is a lie. Wealth is not what you make. It is what you actually keep. And this is a simple Robert Kiyosaki lesson. And I mean, anybody who's read Rich Dad, Poor Dad will know this. What you save, what you keep, and use that money to be able to buy money or income generating assets is what is going to make you wealthy. Now, that's very simple. There's somebody actually on Twitter, you know, Black Twitter. They call themselves an animal and they're so savage and it's also whatever. Anyway, this guy comes on Twitter and he says to me, Nicolette Mashile is punking poor people into thinking that she got her racks from saving. Number one, I don't have racks. I got money, okay? I ain't got racks, I got money. And it's money that I have worked for. And it's money that I have worked very, very hard for. Now, it's not a lot. Because remember that we need to also understand that different people have different numbers. I've got my own number. Every single year, my number goes up by whatever, R1 million, 2 million, 3 million rand. I've got a certain number, as in my financial goals are my financial goals. So you cannot look at my financial goals and want to compare yourself to a Nicolette, want to compare yourself to a John, want to compare yourself to a Sbusiso, because we will never all be the same. So my financial goals are my financial goals. But that's besides the point, because that's not the argument here. The argument is that he's saying that I'm trying to punk people into believing that if they save enough money, they're going to have money or they're going to make money. Now that, my dear friend, is not a punk, okay? We need to be very clear on that. It is not a punk. It is an actual fact, all right? The difference is, what is it that you are going to be doing with that money that you have saved after you've actually accumulated that money? That's going to be very important, because whenever I tell people about the 52-week savings challenge, they say to me, okay, but we've saved and now what? That's the thing that people need to understand in their mentality, that when you start saving, you need to save with a goal. Because if you do not save with a goal, you're going to end up defaulting in your own savings plan. You're going to end up being that Olivia Pope that I always say, stop trying to go into the Olivia Pope syndrome of trying to save everybody financially. So when there's something wrong that happens, you think you can jump in and save people financially. If you've got a goal, you will never ever be deterred from it. You will never be deterred from achieving your financial goals. So it's very important that when you do go into a savings type of plan, you go in there with a financial goal. That's number one. Number two, there are many things I could have done. When I was actually in my first year of work, if you've watched some of my videos, you will know that I got promoted twice. I moved from a salary of 13,000 Rand to a salary of 26,000 Rand. Now that is a big jump for somebody who's never had that kind of money, all right? But let me tell you something. While I was earning 13,000 Rand, I was living in a flat in Randburg, okay? I was sharing that flat, and I was paying 2,100, okay? In my flat, I barely had anything that was luxury. We literally had what we needed to be able to survive every single month. At some point, we didn't even have a TV. In actual fact, my roommate had a TV of her own and she kept it in her room. So I, Kippy, did not have a TV. Mind you, at that time, I was earning 26,000 Rand with no debts. So I could have gone out and bought myself a TV, but I realized that I did not need a TV then. So I made a lot of sacrifices. As a matter of fact, I drove a car that I had nicknamed Kidiboni because my car was sitting on 300,000 Ks. Every single week, something would break. Now, that was a silly thing because, every time something breaks, I gotta fix it. But the cost of me fixing things was not the same as the cost of me buying a new car, because at that time, I did not even think I deserved a new car because I didn't think I could afford a new car. Let me tell you why. It was because my savings goal and the financial goal that I had attached to my savings did not allow me to even have a disposable income, okay? Every single month, I had promised myself that I'm going to save 20,000 Rand. Now, if you are saving 20,000 Rand in 5 months, you've got 100,000 Rand, okay? These are things that you need to understand. And mind you, I never dispute the fact that I was lucky, okay? Because I started a business. So with my business and the money that my business was making, mind you, it was not a lot of money, but the money that my business was making. So I had already, number one, created a second income stream for myself. I then used the money that I was saving as my business and I threw it with the money that I was saving for my salary, right? And with that money, I was then being able to put it in high-yielding accounts so that I could make some sort of money and make some passive income. And then I started investing in things that are going to generate income. Now, you need to understand that if in a year, just from my salary that I was sacrificing so many things on, I was able to save 100,000 Rand every single year. Now you tell me how much you think how long you think, and then with an income coming in from my business, right? Maybe let's say half of that. How long do you think it would need to take me while I use a high-bearing interest account to be able to buy my first apartment cash? Please calculate that, because it really is important that people start to understand the practicalities of saving and why it's important to keep money instead of trying to use money to buy things that were never going to generate you any sort of income. So again, I'm going to stress this as importantly as possible. If you are going to be earning any sort of wealth and you are trying to create any sort of wealth, you need to understand that it's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Okay, wealth is not your income. Even if you earn 1 million Rand a month, but you only can save 10 or 100 Rand, you are as bad as somebody that earns 15,000 Rand and literally spends and blows their 15,000 Rand and 14,000 Rand and they've got 1,000 Rand left in their account. Because that's the reality of life. It's not what you earn, it's what you manage to save. And with that saving, what do you do with the money once you have saved it? What type of assets are you buying? Are those assets income generating streams? Whenever I talk to people, they say, yeah, you make this income generating thing as if it's some sort of this additional income income streams, as if it's some sort of practical thing that can just happen. We're already struggling with our one jobs. Yeah, but you see, you are thinking very small and you are thinking within a box that has 4 corners. It doesn't need, some things do not need you to physically be there for you to be able to generate income. And sometimes you just need to start thinking a little bit outside the box as to say, what can I do with my money that I can save every single month? Where can I put it so that I can generate an additional income stream without me having to physically be there? And that's what's going to differentiate you between you now and you in the next couple of years. Mwah.